Why Dtravel? Okay, well, it isn't just about crypto. It's about the future. It's about the future that I see. It's about the future that I believe in. It's about the future that I am envisioning, and it's about the future that I am creating, contributing to create. Yeah, it's about a decentralized future, which is owned and governed by the entities, or in this case, the operators, who add value to the network that's being built and created. Yeah, in a Bitcoin context, that would be the miners. Yeah, so they are the ones who are adding the network value, the real world value. And so naturally, as that network grows, the value of the network grows, and the miners are the ones who are extracting the value that that network is intrinsically creating, yeah, or drawing from the real world. Yeah, and so you have this transference of value from the real world to the Web3 world, or to this virtual world, this cyber world, this crypto world. And in the context of Dtravel, I feel that it's exactly the same. We're on exactly the same path as Bitcoin. Okay, I feel that what we're doing now is in the process of creating a real world network. And so you can view that real world network on this link. I'll paste that link in chat. It's june.com and then /dtraveldao /dtravel /network analytics. And here you can see the progression of the network that we are building. You've got the operator signups. Operator is, you can interchange that word with host. So operator host signups, you can see that we currently have 10,597 operators signed up to our network. Okay, we have listings. These are the live listings, active listings, and we currently have 5,226. And you can see the number of cities that we're in. We're located in 1,185 cities. We're located in 138 different countries. And you can see this is the cumulative turnover that Dtravel has processed in the whole of the history of Dtravel going live, and the average booking value. So we have all these stats. This is kind of synonymous to the Bitcoin network growing and the miners coming onto the network. And so we're at the first stage of creating this real world network. It's taken time. Okay, the reality is it takes a lot longer to do this than it is for Bitcoin to grow at the beginning, because Bitcoin, all you just needed was a computer. Most people had computers back then, and all they needed to do was just download the application and run the application, and then that would add one to the network, and it was very simple. With us, it's a lot more complicated. It's a lot more cumbersome, and there's a bit of a process to it, because there has to be an onboarding, and usually the onboarding takes a little bit of time, because you have to connect it with Airbnb. So whatever your Airbnb profile, you have to connect it. You have to import the Airbnb profile and create your profile to generate this Dtravel hosted website, similar to Shopify, where Shopify hosts a person's e-commerce site. Here, Dtravel is hosting a person's personal direct booking site, personal Airbnb, personal, for their own property portfolio. And that takes a little bit of time. So that is the reason why this is taking a little bit of time. Yeah. And to get to this level is a massive achievement, because you think it's easy. It's not. To begin with, it's so hard to tell people, explain to people, give them the reasons why, give them the benefits, onboard them, get them to start accepting bookings, and for them to start seeing the value for themselves. It's a real long process. And the great thing is that we're on an uptrend. You might not realize it, but this is an uptrend. Yeah, it looks flat in the sense that it's quite proportional and not exponential, but actually this is the beginning of the future. This is the first bit of the future that I'm seeing and imagining. Yeah, getting to 5,226 is a real achievement, because one day in the future we're going to be at 50,000. One day in the future we're going to be at 500,000, and one day in the future we're going to be at millions one day in the future. You're going to be looking at this and laughing. Okay, you can maybe even looking at this video, watching this video, and go, what the hell? 10 years later, this guy was telling us that about Dtravel when it was only at 5,000 listings and we're at like 2 million or something. You'd be like laughing. It'd be funny. It'd be a funny conversation to have in the future. Okay, so creating this real world network is a real headache and a real achievement. And so I've been bringing my knowledge, my expertise, my understanding of the market to Dtravel. I've been involved with them for 4.5 years for free, not being paid a penny, because I believe in a decentralized future of peer-to-peer online vacation rentals. And that's why I continue to make videos and continue to support Dtravel with my own properties. And just to give you a visual idea of the success, these are my properties, the back end, and I've completed 34 bookings to date. That's in 4 years, exactly this month, July, 4 years ago, and I have realized earnings of $64,988 in direct bookings. That's in 4 years. I pay taxes on all of those. I pay taxes in the UK, self-assessed taxes. I declare all of that to the tax authority here and pay my taxes. So none of this is illegitimate money. This is all legitimate money, earnings, which I'm declaring and paying taxes on, okay, to the regulatory authority that I'm under jurisdiction. So everyone has their own tax authority, and I'm paying taxes on these. But this is exactly where I think the future is heading, and that's why I'm so heavily involved in pushing and promoting Dtravel, because I believe that in the future this is going to explode. Yeah. And so what's happened is that we've gone through a massive transition stage, and so we're building the application. If you want to go and have a look at the application, please go and have a look at dtravel.com. You can find it here, find stays, book direct, earn rewards. You can quick view some destinations like Dubai, Boston, Warsaw, or search for a destination. Let's go to Bali, and it's like a search engine. It's an application. It's a web app, so it's a search engine which works in your phone. That didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. Let me try Paris. I wonder why it didn't work. Let me just have another click. It bugged out or something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Bali. So here, 100+ results. Look at that. This is Bali. So if you want to go to Bali, you can have a look here. You can go on Airbnb. You can have a look here. Every single one of these properties are direct booking sites. Every single one. And if you click on any one of them, you'll go directly to the owner of the property. Directly. And so now you're dealing directly with the owner. Okay. And that helps because you can ask questions. There's no censorship. There's no danger of being blocked or banned by Airbnb. You can, and then when you book and pay, you can check the availability. You can have a conversation with them using their contact information, and it's very transparent. You see that? You can chat on WhatsApp. I haven't seen that. Wow, look at that. Hi there. And Instagram, look at that. All of that, all of this information. You can ask questions, and then they have an Airbnb profile. Usually you can see that. So here I can click on that and I can see the Airbnb profile of the same person. She's a super host, 4.8 star rating, 2 years hosting. So now I can directly contact her. So you can book it on Airbnb if you want, or you can book it directly and save money. And that's the key, saving money. And here you can, not only can you see our other properties and see the availability, but also when you go to pay, check availability and pay, you can pay using so many different means. Let me just try it here just to see if it works. Oh, it's send the request to book. Okay, so it's a request to book. So what they've added, what she's added is a set. You can add a second layer, similar to Airbnb, a request to book. You can't. So with my sites, you can just book it, but you can activate a request to book. So she has the right or the permission to accept the booking or not. So it's really there's options here which are very similar to Airbnb. Let me see if I can find one which is where I can book instantly. And I mean, this is another site. You see that luxury villa Bali, really nice properties. Oh wow, amazing properties. I think I need to go to Bali and check these out. Reserve, see, so this is not a request to book, this is reserve. I click on reserve, and what do I see? I see options. Hopefully I see options. Yes, this is it. You can pay with crypto. This is amazing. You can pay with crypto. You don't need a wallet. If you don't have a wallet, you can create it sends you to download the wallet, okay? Or there should be a way that you can create a Dtravel hosted wallet. These are the options at the moment in crypto. USDT, that's Tether. USDC, that's a stable coin on the Ethereum network. We've got Matic here, which is a layer 2, which is low transaction fees. You've got TRVL, which is on the base chain, which is on the Coinbase network, which is also a layer 2 low fees. And then you have ETH as well. And so these are the options. And the great thing is that soon, probably next month, probably by the end of next month, like not a long way to go, we're also going to be able to accept Bitcoin on the Lightning network. So there's lots of improvements being made to this. And so here you can actually only pay using crypto, which is interesting. And this is one of the benefits of Dtravel. If you're not on Airbnb or you have no bank account, you can still rent your property and accept crypto. And that's one of the key advantages with Dtravel, the crypto part. And the great thing about it is that this is all done on the blockchain. The smart contracts and the reservations are stored and processed on the blockchain and managed by the blockchain. It's a very transparent future way of doing things. And the other thing is, which is really important, is that it's insured. So let me see if I can find the insurance. Does it say anywhere? Help center, find stays. Let me have a look on the help center. I'd like to find it if I can. Sure. Not there. Trust. Know your guest risk management. Maybe it's there. So there's guest screening. There it is. Damage protection plan. So Know Your Guest offers a $5 million damage protection plan against guest related damages during a verified Know Your Guest booking. So as long as there's intelligent, you can activate this. So there's a screening process, and if they pass, then you can add this damage protection. So it includes guest accidental damage and malicious damage, theft, belongings and contents, and damage to common shared areas. So this is great. This is really good. Yeah. And actually this is much more, it's a more comprehensive insurance protection policy than Airbnb. The waiver and everything is much better. So this is really what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a decentralized network which gives people a better experience than Airbnb, and it's less costly because people are booking directly. And so now the hosts aren't paying the extortionate prices that Airbnb and Booking.com and all these other centralized platforms are charging. Okay, and if you accept crypto, even better, because now you're not even, your guest or yourself, you're not even paying the credit card fee, which can be ridiculous too. So there's so many advantages. And in the future, and this is the future, and so I keep on talking about the future. The future is this, that TRVL would be an extremely desired asset, extremely desired. Okay, we're not there yet, and so that's why I keep on talking about the future. Okay, TRVL is our native token, crypto token, which is our utility token, which supports and upholds our ecosystem, our Dtravel ecosystem. But at the moment, it's just a operator rewards token. It's just a rewards token, which has been given intrinsic value, but the intrinsic value comes from the market. Yeah, it comes from just the ordinary market. In the future, and I tell you something, the way we're going, it's going to be much quicker than people think. Okay, we're going to give TRVL such a grand intrinsic value that it's going to be similar to Bitcoin. Okay, things are changing very fast, and you're going to see those changes translate into a increasing TRVL value, where people will come to the Dtravel network not just for all the benefits that I've been talking about, for having a direct booking site, for being part of the Dtravel family and the Dtravel network, for being able to accept crypto, for having better insurance package, for just not being in danger of being cancelled by Airbnb, because it's a real threat and a real danger for a lot of superhosts who get cancelled, but also the ability to earn TRVL, which will be an exponential appreciating asset in the future. Now, why am I so confident about that? Because we haven't developed the correct tokenomics to give TRVL the value that TRVL should have. It's really that simple. I've talked about it a lot on my streams in the past, in the present, and probably in the future. Yeah, in the past, Dtravel were going down this direction, which wasn't necessarily being understood by the market. It's all about understanding. It's all about people understanding. People didn't understand certain aspects of Dtravel, like the night protocol, a revolutionary idea, but not understood. And because it's not understood, or because it's too early for its time, people aren't necessarily buying into it. And the tokenomics that was presented reflected the night protocol, which is way ahead of its time. Okay, way ahead, too far ahead. It's like investing in the internet back in 1970s. Like, you'd be waiting for years, decades before the internet took off. And that's basically what the night protocol is. And so the tokenomics doesn't necessarily reflect the value that TRVL should have. And this is evident because when I look at the market cap of TRVL, I'm going to go to CoinGecko now. So for people who don't know, CoinGecko is where you can see the stats of a token price and value, and it shows you the market cap. At the moment, the market cap is trading at $3.8 million, but at the lows of April, the market cap was, here you can see it, it was $2.1 million. Okay, and back in April, the cumulative turnover was $1.2 million. So there's a definite mismatch between the real network that's being built, the amount of energy, time, coding, innovation to create this real world network. The time is important, and how the listings have grown, the operator. There's so much more value has gone into this than $2.1 million, including the turnover. And here you can see that back in April, it was only trading at a market value of 2. It was dirt cheap. Okay, now we're at 3.8. It's still cheap, yeah, because there's still no real reflection of the value of the network in the token. And part of the reason is simply what I was saying is that this tokenomics model doesn't reflect the future, where the future value is going to come. It reflects a far future into the future. It's like 20 years into the future, 15 years into the future, the night protocol. But actually this is changing. And it's probably changing much quicker than you think. And what we're going to do, hopefully, is implement a Bitcoin model. Okay, now how that comes or presents itself is going to be a discussion to be had. Yeah, but I am talking especially to people about a Bitcoin model, about a deflationary Bitcoin model, where the emission reduces over time, and then there's a competitive nature to earning our native token in a token economy. Okay, and actually what I've been imagining is it's going to be better than Bitcoin. It's going to be much better for different reasons, but I'm not going to talk about it now. But this is the future. And so there's so much that's going on with Dtravel. I really think that people should understand what's happening, get involved with the Telegram channel. It's really important that people get involved with our Telegram channel.